It's like I tell myself, you know, save the money, Grace. Hold on to it. Your bank account needs it or whatever. And then I open on Twitter and I go see the trending and it's like, yeah, buy the Colourpop, Grace. Just buy the Colourpop. It's all going to hell anyways. At least be pretty. Hello, my name is Grace and welcome back to my space. If my voice sounds extra raspy this video, it's because I went to bed at like 2 a.m. last night watching Julie and the Phantoms for the 5th time with my friend over Netflix party. I have a problem. Who cares? Who cares? I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of it. So this video is about Colourpop. More importantly, Colourpop restocked. This whole summer in quarantine, where I've been making random emotionally charged splurges, I will go to Colourpop and I'll be like, okay, Colourpop, it's time to take my depression money. And then everything's out of stock. Literally, everything's out of stock. And I will say this time, mostly everything was out of stock, but enough was in stock that I could finally do a haul. And I did. Should I have? Probably not. But you know what? There's a lot going on in this world. That sucks. So I'm gonna give me some Colourpop. So let's see what I got. Starting off with the stuff that I won't actually be talking about today. I got a bunch of skincare. Who you think? What you think this is? So I got the AM to PM gel cleanser. Ooh, pretty packaging. It's just pretty. It's really pretty. If there's one thing Colourpop's gonna do, pretty packaging. Come on. Then I got 3 serums. I got the Tumeric brightening serum, the rosehip oil, and the Acai berry. Again, they're all just really pretty and cute, and I will talk about them more at a later date because I don't believe in doing first impressions on skincare. How do you know if it works if it's your first impression? No. So instead, we're gonna be talking about the makeups, because I also got some of that. So Colourpop is this whole body shimmer line thing that I've been trying, and honestly, it's so on brand for me. I have been trying to get their body shimmer oil thing since I was kicked off campus in March. I have been desperate because I was like, you know what? I'm super depressed. I'm super down. Everything sucks. My life and the entire universe is in shambles. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna glow to the gods. And so I went on that website every single day to get this. And it was sold out all summer. And now look at me in a sweater. Literally, it hit September and heat, warmth disappeared. What shoulders? What shoulders am I showing off now? What? I'm gonna have to put this on my ankles now. Thanks, Colourpop. Y'all really restocked your summer line in the fall? Anywho, so I got that, and I got the brush that comes along with it. I've always wanted a body highlighter brush. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, damn, I finally got these products and it's cold outside. Let's see. Okay, because I basically can't, I'm just gonna pump it on my hand and see. Ooh, a lot comes out at once. Oh my gosh, okay. So I try to pump out as little as possible because I paid for this and I will not waste it in the winter or the fall or whatever is happening, because seasons and time don't mean anything. So I pump some on my hand. Let's see what, oh, she's oil. I saw in the viewfinder, because I know you see it. No, because I know you see it. This is, first of all, let me take y'all back to when we thought 2020 was going to be worth living. Imagine this on the beach in a little one piece on my shoulders. Wow. It is so subtle. What? I feel like body glows. Oh, ooh. That don't feel like nothing. Colourpop, no, because we could fight. I get it. It's a pandemic. Y'all do your own manufacturing. I get it. But at this point, just wait till next next year because I'm really hurt that I have this and it does this. This is stunning. Boring, stunning. Boring, stunning. Boring, stunning. Boring, stunning. Boring, stunning. Boring, stunning. Okay. And that was like the 2 tiniest dots and my skin looks so good. Like I'm just, like I could have been sat in my backyard glowing to the gods, posting on Instagram to make everybody think my life was doing better than it was. Instead, I was doing that without being shiny. Damn, Colourpop. It's a 10 for me. I feel like I'm gonna struggle to want to use this brush because it's so clean and pretty and it's pink and it's like, I'm not gonna wanna get it dirty and like the bristles are so perfectly packed. I'll eventually use this brush. On it, all in all, 10 out of 10. Go up, soul, so just let your the soul glow, soul, body, whatever. If you can find your shade, get it. This is phenomenal. Like this is exactly what I want when I want a body highlighter and it feels like nothing. Honestly, I could see myself wearing this under makeup because it's so light to get an under healthy glow. No flaws with that. You know what the flaw is? Colourpop's restocking system. Again, I'm sorry. You know what? Let me not bully them. Because imagine trying to restock during a pandemic. It's okay, Colourpop. I have it now. And that's what matters. Next up, the makeups. Okay, I'm not made of money, so I only got this Colourpop like eyeshadow trio, which you'll get into. And then their Pretty Fresh foundation. Like I have the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer and it's gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but it's my winter shade and I'm in my summer shade, so I can't wear it. And I actually almost positive I also got this in my not summer shade, so we will see what happens. Like genuinely, I go 2 levels up in the summer versus winter. Especially especially winter, I get pale. Well, not pale, not like Casper the Ghost, but pretty pale. So I got the Pretty Fresh foundation. This look red. Uh-oh. This says it's neutral. Why it look red? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Let me compare it. Oh my God. Send help, everybody, send help. This even look lighter. Oh shoot. This looks even lighter than the tinted moisturizer. And we may have genuinely messed up. Okay, let's just swatch this on my hand and see what happens. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, can you see that on camera? Honestly, it doesn't look that bad. Oh, it blends out so easily. Okay, okay. Crisis averted. I think this is gonna be fine because it blends out really nice. It's just really red. I'm very golden undertones. So when you start getting red, I turn very much into oompa loompa doopity doo, but we'll see. That's not really what we came here for. What we came here for is the shadows. If you recall, in my Dynamite video, I mentioned that I wanted pastel colors, but in mattes, because I'm obsessed with pastels. And then Colourpop restocked and gave me this. And first of all, the packaging, let's look at this. Let's cue the slow motion. Wow, it's like, it's a book of eyeshadow. This is revolutionary. Revolutionarians. So anyways, we have the Miss Bliss palette. It's like the peachy pink one. So let's get it in there. Like literally gorgeous. Like so pretty. I will say when I saw this palette, peaches like this, like the light peaches with my skin tone just are never gonna work. Like I feel like if I'm gonna do a pastel color, it's gotta be green, purple, or blue. Like when you start getting to pastel pinks, it's not great for me. And also like Colourpop gives me the colors, but do they give me the pigmentation? I have the Honey palette and I won't show you what it looks like because it is beaten and bruised, but the yellows didn't work for me, but we'll see. This is a whole new world. It's fine. We'll see. Okay. Anyways, it is gorgeous regardless. And honestly, like I'm a makeup collector, so I don't really care. This is just pretty. So who cares? Next up, this is the palette that made me buy this whole thing. This is called In a Trance. Like what? This could be a G. Like I don't. Okay. In a Trance. And oop, if I ever get it open, also it matches my nails. We'll go. Oh. This is the prettiest thing I've ever seen. This is the palette. Okay, can you see that? Let me take a moment for how my nails and this are the same thing. This palette, I literally had to have it. Them purples, I had to have it. This is the dream. This is what dreams are made of. That's what this palette is giving me. Oh my gosh. That purple is literally what the purple I was looking for to do that Dynamite look last week. Like like a staple, holy grail. Like I know people try to tell Black women that we can't wear these colors. Well, you know, sue me because I will be wearing them on my eyes. And this will absolutely be the palette that I'll be using today because it's iconic. It's an iconic palette. Next up, this green one is called Aura and Out. Who designed these fonts? Anyways, this green leprechaun looking one, I'm gonna be honest, it came in the vault, but it's pretty, it's pretty. It's pretty. But those colors don't, it's this row. Honestly, it's this row right here. Like anytime I see peaches and lights like that, I'm like, it's not for me, it's a no for me. But this mint, the Vibes mint, and the fresh, like the Vibes mint, I could see myself doing a mint look. I've done a mint looks in the past. Like I could see it, that Vibes mint. But like I'm gonna find a use for it. I always do. But it's not the reason I bought it. Honestly, if I'm being realistic, I probably could have just got the purple one and been fine. But it's a pandemic and I'm sad, so I bought all three. Fight your mom, I don't care. Anyways, that is this, and that is what we'll be jumping into. So let's just jump right into the rest of the video. Okay, so we're back and I look crazy. I primed my eyelids off camera just because who has the time to watch me go through that? And I also did my brows, aka I brushed through them with this e.l.f. knockoff boy brow. It's called the Wow Brow. I prime my eyelids in a way that I normally don't like to do, but here's the thing with Colourpop. Like I said, they give me the colors, but they don't give me pigmentation. So I'm trying to set this shadow up for as much not failure as possible, because the goal is to hopefully not have to use anything but these. And so I need these colors to come out true to color. And so I just kind of cancel out all the melanin on my lids. As you know, if you've seen any of my other makeup videos, I hate the e.l.f. Poreless Putty White primer thing. I hate it. It's so chalky, it's so whatever. And if I thought the Colourpop eyeshadows were going to work better than I think they are, then I probably would just suck it up and use that. But I don't, and I do not. I want to set these up to succeed as much as possible. Like, these are the colors that I want, so I need them to work. So instead, I used my Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer focus, which is invisible, to like mattify my eye and make it as matte and dry as possible. And then I came in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in white. I don't like using this on its own because it's concealer, it will be really creamy, but the combination of this turns this into like a primer consistency and it works a little better. I don't love doing this because I probably will crease at some point, but I'd much rather do this than whatever the hell e.l.f. was gonna do, right? Yeah, okay. So let's jump right in. First of all, there's a mirror on these palettes and it's like, thank God, I now no longer have to look at the viewfinder to see what I'm doing. The thing about Colourpop is they're gonna give you a mirror. Holy crap. The mirror in this is stunning. I'm trying to figure out why more expensive brands can't include a mirror this nice, because this mirror is phenomenal. Colourpop, can you teach the girls your ways so we can always succeed in this way? Okay, so I think I'm gonna build this shade called Future Self, which is this light blue. Oh, I just dug my nail into it, damn. I'm gonna build it on my lid. It's so white. It's so white blue that it's on camera, it definitely looks the same. But in real life, it is only maybe one step bluer than the white on my lid. So you see why I had to use that white thing? Because otherwise this was gonna be the same shade. It was just gonna be white. And like in real life, you can tell it's blue, but on camera, I promise you cannot, which is fine. I knew that was gonna happen. But beyond that, it's coming on really pigmented. Like this, I don't know, maybe did they update the formula since the Honey came out? Was it last year? Sometime last year? Because this is significantly better than the Honey in terms of everything. I'm gonna come in with this purple called Own Your Power, which is right here. And I'm going to blend out that like crystal blue. Actually, no, I'm gonna blend out that crystal blue with the other blue in here called Transcendence. How many points do I get if I manage to use every single color in this palette? In person, what it's giving is not gonna give what it gives on camera. Cold no snuggie, I don't know what to do about it. I'm a baby tube, don't yell at me. There's a little kickback in the palette, like it's a little powdery, but I personally have never been one to care about that issue. I know that's really on the forefront of lots of people's minds. Maybe if I was a professional, I'd care, but I'm not. And this palette was super affordable, so I'm not gonna fight it, thanks. Okay, so now I'm gonna come in with the purple that I wanted to come in with before, and I'm gonna blend that out. Yeah, maybe. Yes, now I see what I wanna do. Okay, so I'm blending that blue out with this purple called Own the Power. I'm so mad the camera is not really showing. Like, it's just not really showing what's happening, but I just need you to know, in person, the color gradients is so pretty. This would absolutely not show up on me though. Like if I hadn't made my eyelids completely white basically everywhere, this would not have shown up. So keep that in mind. Honestly, I'm not saying this collection is necessarily melanin girl friendly. I'm saying you can make it melanin girl friendly, but if you're not somebody who likes to prime and go to these efforts, this might not be it for you, because the colors that are showing up are so pretty, but it genuinely would not have done this if I hadn't gone that extra step. So next up, first things first, I want to clean up right underneath my eyebrow. So be right back. Here's how I personally clean up when stuff is going wrong. This is a trick I've learned from years on YouTube, basically watching MUAs on YouTube. So I put some of that invisible primer right there, and then I just wipe away what I don't want. I always use primer. Now I've seen people do this with micellar water, but the issue with micellar water and like makeup removers and stuff like that is they travel, and so it's gonna travel. Like I literally just go around my eyebrow and I clean up everything underneath that brow that I didn't want to be there. Like this is nice because primer, it doesn't move, it'll sit there, it won't bleed. You won't get that weird bleeded line, so you can get a pretty clean cut. And obviously I'm gonna come back over and blend that part out so it's feathery at the top. This is how I clean up all the bits that need to be cleaned up. What's nice is because my eyebrows are their own species, I can literally like kind of do what I want in terms of like, nothing's gonna change what they look like. So, okay, now I'm gonna go over where I just was with that, what I just cleaned up with that purple all over that edge. I need a smaller, denser brush to do this. What's funny is it's doing what I want it to do, which is like kind of fluff that edge out so it's not as harsh, but it's very stark. Like the purple is not showing up on my skin the way it was showing up on that concealer. And so, yeah. Again, I'm not gonna classify this as a chocolate girl friendly collection. I feel like it's one of those things like you have to love pastels the same way I love pastels to even want to consider a palette like this or a collection like this, because they're all like this. Otherwise, I would say like you'd have to spend more money on like a more expensive version, like so like the Huda pastels that, you know, give a little bit more pigmentation and stuff. Like this is not, you know, it is what it is. All right, so coming in, I'm going to cut my crease. Okay, it's like so funny because on the camera, like nothing is changing, but on my eyes, I promise, things are happening. So I'm gonna come in with this pink that's right here. There's like a piece where it's like super duper patchy. That's not like I will be the first person to sit here and tell you, Colourpop has always given the colors to me. I feel like Colourpop is that company that it's like always like you get the prettiest color combinations. I can't say that they're easy to work with in terms of getting that payoff. In terms of getting that payoff for my skin tone. Like I'm having to really finesse it. Now, I personally don't care. I like, anybody who knows me knows I have like a crap ton of terrible BH Cosmetics palettes purely so I could finesse the colors in them. So I don't care. I won't even pretend that I do. Like I genuinely don't care. But I know people do. And so a palette like this, like I'm speaking specifically to my chocolate queens. If you really like makeup and you are willing to sit and finesse for however long you need to sit and finesse so it shows up on you, then yeah, this is great. If you're not willing to do that, again, to my chocolate queens, just know it's like, it's not been an easy road to make this work. Then, you know, I'll leave it at that. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in with that. It's so light that it could just be white. Blue, and I'm putting it back in that little space that I left open. Okay, so I'm gonna put this shade called Clarity where I put that blue down there. It is this, let me see if I can swatch it. It is this gorgeous, I don't know if you can see in my finger, duochrome. So I'm gonna put that right here, all up in the center. Colourpop, I think, does creams and shimmers really well. This shadow feels very creamy and shimmery. Creamy and like it just feels good. Like I wish Colourpop shadows were easier to work with on my skin tone. You know, like I wish I didn't have to hop through hoops the way I'm having to hop through hoops. Because once this look is completed and I can figure out a way for y'all to see it, you'll see what I mean. Like, it looks good. Like on camera, it looks just like a white. Can you see it better now? Like maybe you can kind of see it better now. Like on camera, it just looks like one color, but in person, it's like there. It's just a mess to work with, bro. So I'm gonna come in. There's this gorgeous glitter in the center. So for me personally, if I wasn't so desperate, right, to keep it Colourpop only, by now, I would have gone into a different palette I have, found a darker pink or purple and blue and deepened that corner. You know, because that's what I want to do. I want to deepen that corner. And it's just sitting in the palette, though it looks like they've given you like these two purples are darker than this purple and blue. Like in theory, it looks like they're giving you that, right? And they are, but from my skin tone, it's all coming out to look like the same shade on me. I'm gonna lay down the glitter. So this is the eye as we have it. I'm gonna come in with my Glam Vice liners. So far I have used every single color on here except one. I'm gonna come in with my purple liner called Gelato. I'm gonna throw on lashes and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk this foundation. And then I will give my final thoughts on this Colourpop collection. Okay, we are back. Lashes are on. That was, I thought putting the eyeshadow was hard. The lashes were even harder, but it's fine. So let's get into this foundation so then I can discuss final thoughts because I have a lot of thoughts on Colourpop shadows and this collection in general, and good and bad. Because now that we'll get there. Okay, foundation time. This foundation does not look like it's correct, but honestly, a lot of things have not gone right. So if this is the wrong shade, we'll just have to find out. Pray for me. So I'm gonna take a pump of that on the back of my wrist. I'm just starting off with a pump because I don't even really like packing on foundation anyways. Okay, I'm gonna start the center of my face because that's the lightest part of my face. Yeah, I think it works. It might not match with the perimeter because the perimeter is peak summer right now. But the center of my face is kind of what the rest of my face will look like in about a month. So let's do little dots here and there. Okay, let's blend that out. Let's see what. This is orange. Oh. The shade itself is not bad, right? Like the shade itself, I was right, not putting this on the perimeter, that's fine. It can do the center. Here's the problem. This is one of the most orange foundations I've touched in such a long time, and it's 200N. So like, why say neutral if you're not gonna be neutral? This is red. This is red. I'm trying to figure out what's neutral about this. Bro. This is really upsetting me, my homegirls. Okay, I know I wanted to leave the foundation only Colourpop, but I'm definitely going to have to take my actual shimmer shade around the perimeter, or otherwise I'm gonna look crazy. And I'm just not willing to look crazy. I say that as I've already looked. I'm not willing to look crazy for the rest of this. Why does it say neutral? Can somebody explain it? Like, look, I know MUA, so I don't really know the mathematics of undertone, but why does it say neutral? I don't even, ain't neutral supposed to mean a little bit of gold, a little bit of red, a little bit of green, a little bit, like ain't neutral supposed to be neutral? This is straight up orange. Okay, let me take my headband off. Oh my God. What is Okay, so I'm gonna take this shade, the DPG and whatever in Pure. Honestly, when I first got it, I was kind of annoyed because it's dark, but then I realized it's the exact shade of the perimeter of my face right now, so it's really saving a lot of these too light foundations. So I'm gonna take that around the whole perimeter of my face. Something's not adding up because I don't know why this said neutral. This is not neutral. Bro, if you saw how red I am in person, oh no. And the thing too was I tried to get golden, but they didn't have a golden dark enough for me. And I wasn't about to do warm. I mean, I wasn't about to do cool tone. Listen, I'm not cool tone. I am not red. I'm very yellow. Like if we ignore the whole shade situation, I like the finish and I like the finish and I love the coverage. I think the finish is really pretty. My skin texture is still showing through. It's not full coverage at all, but it's natural finish. It's not matte, but it's a much thicker consistency than that tinted moisturizer. So you're definitely getting more coverage in the tinted moisturizer. It's not. I saw a couple reviews of people were like, it's the same thing. It is not the same thing. This feels more of a foundation. The tinted moisturizer is that. Like, you can build it up and when you powder it down, you can get that coverage, but this is definitely giving foundation. I'm gonna quickly fix my eyebrows because somehow they managed to actually move. You know it's bad when my eyebrows react negatively to a look, as in they move around. Yeah, like I was saying, I think it's actually really pretty. It's a really nice finish. And after I put the DPG around the perimeter of my face, I think it does match me. It is too red though. It's very red, which is kind of fine right now because it's some fall, but like come winter, like the thing about these red foundations is when it gets cold and I'm inside all the time, this is when we really start hitting walls of tears. Like it gets bad. It is not a good thing for when it's cold and I'm wearing these red foundations because my yellow undertone comes out strong. So this might be only worn in this season, which again, I got another product that I can't. But it's fine. I'm somebody, if I buy makeup, I'm gonna use it. So I'll make it work. The more I look at the finish, the more I'm like, okay, you got me. Okay, I'm gonna do my concealer. I'm gonna do the entirety of the rest of my face and then I'll come back and then I'll talk about how I feel about this. Cause I'm real conflicted, y'all. I'm real conflicted. This is my first Colourpop haul. I'll be back. Okay, we are back. Let me bring you a little bit closer so you can see. And this is the final look. that was the presentation of the final look. It is time for my final thoughts. And I have quite a few, so buckle up. Okay, let's start with eyeshadows, obviously. Here's the deal. I stick by what I said in the beginning. These colors are everything, and I'm really glad I don't regret purchasing it. Even though it put me through it. I do not regret purchasing this because the end result I love. And I love these colors. I love pastels. I do. I love them on my eyes. I think they're so pretty. I know people love to tell Black women pastels are not for us. I don't. I can't hear you. I love pastels. But that being said, Colourpop shadows, it's gonna be an unpopular opinion because I know the girls love Colourpop shadows. This is not chocolate girl friendly. I'ma just say it. I'ma just say it. For the average girl. Because for me, I'm not MUA. I'm not trying to be an MUA. I've never aspired to go to cosmetology school. So there are tips and tricks that I probably could have used to make these shadows do what I want and blend better and overall look better that I didn't do because I didn't go to school for it. I have no interest. I just love makeup and I love pretty colors and I like doing it. So I kind of view it as more of like from the side of just like the everyday person who really likes makeup. And this was not easy to work with my skin tone. It really wasn't. Like the color payoff I'm looking at is great and I'm really happy with it. I don't think that would have been possible without the intense amount of primer and white concealers and all that kind of stuff, which is fine, but it's just like for my chocolate queens out there, my chocolate peeps out there, if that is not a part of your ministry, if your ministry is not taking the extra 5 to whatever minutes to literally cancel out the melanin on your eyelids so you can get the color payoff so that this is not just the same shade 9 times. I don't know what to tell you. And honestly, so far, that's kind of how I feel about all Colourpop shadows. Don't fight me. I'm so sorry. Ooh. And I do like Colourpop, but this is now the third. This is my fourth Colourpop palette that I've got in. And I've just noticed that when they do these like 9 squares, they don't do in my opinion, a big enough variation between the colors that caters to darker skinned women, because I think between one of these purples, I would have loved the same undertone of purple, but darker, just one step darker. And then this would have made this look so much easier. And I know people could be like, it's not a pastel then, but like one shade. And honestly, this palette aside, a better example is like the Honey palette, which, I'll show it to you. Don't judge me. It looks bad. It looks abused. I've had it for a year and y'all know I wear a lot of makeup. Actually, you know what? It's not even me. A lot of these palette shades just broke on their own. This looks garbage. It looks really bad. I actually can't show it to you fully because one of the shades will come out. But what I will say is there's this brown shade right there. That brown shade is meant to be like the crease shade. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm going to insert a photo of Honey right here. There's a brown shade on whichever side, and it's meant to be the crease deepener or whatever. And I'm like, y'all can have just gone 2 steps deeper so that when I use it, I actually don't have to jump to 8 different palettes. Like, I have a lot of palettes, right? So this will be used because anything I need, I will just pull it from another palette. If you're somebody who does not want to have 38 eyeshadow palettes, don't judge me. If you're somebody who does not want to have 38 eyeshadow palettes and you're my skin tone and you want this to work on a more everyday, it's not gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen on us. Like, these are chalky. Like, you're gonna have to fight to make these work for you like I did. And the thing is, I'm happy I fought because it looks great. Like, I'm like not even mad that I had to fight as hard as I did, but still. And like, I put some of this pink right here underneath my eyes No primer or anything, barely showing up. I know like the conversation is always about like making makeup, foundation and concealer, Black women friendly, you know, having our shades. But I feel like we also need to consider that when we're crafting palettes, because maybe that purple one's not a good example, but this Miss Bliss palette is exactly what I mean. These 9 colors are gonna look the same on me. The only difference I would make to this palette would be make this shade right here slightly darker. That's it. I would have left everything else the same and made this actually I would have made these 2 shades, this half a fraction darker and this darker, and that's it. And then you instantly would have made this palette friendly for everyone. You know, maybe I played myself getting a pastel collection, but as someone who loves pastels, I just, like these 2 shades are gonna be the same shade on me. And everything else is perfect because these are shimmers. Maybe I played myself getting a pastel collection. It's fine. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see a video of me trying to finesse this orange and this green palette the same way I've managed to finesse the purple. Honestly, it looks really pretty. It looks gorgeous. I just don't think it's accessible to everyone because like I had to pull out all the things I know, and I wear a lot of makeup. So I'm just imagining somebody who may be really drawn to these colors, be my skin tone, who doesn't wear a lot of makeup and feel super disheartened because it doesn't show up on them. But you know what? To that, I'll just say there are ways to make it work. At times it was a little patchy, at times it was a little chalky. Lighter shades I've noticed with Colourpop are always harder to blend out than the darker shades. But overall, the final look was really, really pretty. And Colourpop is so affordable. Like I can't even really harp on them that much. Colourpop is so affordable. Like it's really, 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 really affordable. And you, in my opinion, because I do have similar colors in other brands' palettes, this is much better. But know you're getting what you paid for, and know that if you're my complexion or deeper, clock in. You're gonna be clocking in to get this to work. I will find a way to finesse like the peach and the green palettes. Maybe one of these days I'll throw it on camera. Would I personally rebuy? Yes. Would I say the average girly who wants to do a quick eyeshadow look and no stress purchase this? Probably not. But if you love makeup, you love pastels, and you're willing to make this work, I would do it again. But I can't in good conscience 100% recommend this because I did struggle. The foundation is a quick one. This is not neutral. No, it's not. I don't know what this is not a neutral undertone. That is my review. The finish is gorgeous. It is a very natural, it is a glowy finish. It's not matte, but it's not dewy. It's very satin in between. It is more of a coverage than the tinted moisturizer. They are not the same. It's really nice. The undertone, what is that? It's not neutral. That's not a neutral undertone. It's not. Thankfully, like it doesn't show. And after I added the PG5 from Pure, you can't really see how red it made my face. But in the beginning, oompa loompa doopity doo, it's not neutral. I prefer a neutral or golden. I don't want any foundation that is cool. This was so red that I was like, that Soul Body highlighter is a 10 out of 10, 100%. Go get it now. In fact, do not let that joint sell out. So anyways, this has been my review of my Colourpop splurge. Would I do it again? Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the like button and leave a comment. Tell me how you feel about Colourpop. Have you tried Colourpop? Do you think what's your opinion on Colourpop? I mean, they're always sold out. So it's really hard to get hands on it in the first place, but let me know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you love Colourpop shadows? Do you hate Colourpop shadows? How do you feel about that tinted moisturizer? Whatever. Chat with me. Also, let me know if you want to see that green and peach palettes used in upcoming videos for something. I don't know if I'll do a full tutorial on them. I might do like a get ready with me style with them and chat about life. I feel like that feels more fun for me. But anyways, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can find out when the next time I upload, because I don't upload on a schedule. So if you don't hit the bell, you won't know. You're gonna miss one of these fun videos. I upload when I upload, you know? So you don't wanna miss out. Hit that notification bell, please. You know, tell your friends and then tell them again and then do it again. Thank you for coming to Grace's Space. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I hope you come back next time and continue to chill with me in my now very cold fall space. Be kind to others. Donate to a cause that means something to you. Drink lots and lots of water. Please, please hydrate yourself and your spirit and your soul. Take a break from current events if you're getting overwhelmed. And please, God, on November 3rd, please vote. Please vote.